What's up, collectors? Welcome back to Films by Color, and welcome back to another episode of the Physical Media Rundown. That's what we're going to be calling this show moving forward in 2025. Mostly because this week in physical media is a mouthful and it does not roll off the tongue. The Physical Media Rundown I like a lot, and I have been thinking about that title for the last couple months. And then somebody in the comments section on one of these videos just a few weeks ago said, "Thank you so much for the rundown of all these titles." And I was like, bam, that's it. We're doing it because everybody knows what it means. Rundown. It's perfect. It's exactly what we do on the show. We run down all of the new Blu-ray and 4K releases that are dropping this week. We do it every week, and we do it at the beginning of the week at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, live right here on YouTube. And we always have a good time talking movies and collecting and everything else. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. I've got a live audience here already. Let me go ahead and give some shout outs. Let me know how I sound because I am not entirely sure if my microphone is plugged in. I think it is. I think it should sound like it usually does. All right, here we go. Also, heads up, my power just went out like 10 minutes before we started going live. So hopefully that doesn't happen again, and we can make it through this entire stream without any hiccups. We got Henry in the chat. Kevin House is in the chat. PTP. I walked into Barnes & Noble this weekend and saw the new Criterion Collection Yojimbo Sanjuro 4K set. My wife just gave me the older Blu-ray set for Christmas. Had no idea it was coming out. Oh yeah. If I had a nickel for every time that's happened to me, not just with Criterion, but anything, it seems like, yeah, that's a bummer. I have the Blu-ray set too, so I don't know if I'll be upgrading either, but we'll talk about it in just a minute here. Sheldon Emberley is here. Welcome to the stream. Doug, Michael Smith, SLC is here. Happy New Year to all. Exactly. Happy New Year. I should have said it at the outset, but here we are. We're already, how long? 3 minutes in, and I haven't said Happy New Year yet. Shame on me. Jeffrey Patron is here. Always nice to go through the week's releases with y'all. Can't wait to see what's in store for this week's rundown. Me too, and thanks for getting the new name in there. Really appreciate it. Mark is here. My 4K Steelbook of 7 arrived on Friday. I watched it last night. Incredible. My man Mark, thanks for all your great comments. He's been leaving comments lately that I really, really appreciate. I'm glad you got your copy early. Everyone's getting stuff early these days. It sounds like I need to start pre-ordering stuff, but I don't know. It seems like a big commitment. Let's go ahead and jump over to the other page here and see what's coming out this week. Not a huge week, but some big bangers, as they say. Let's go ahead and talk about what's coming out first. Already been mentioned, Seven is getting multiple releases this week. Brand new 4K restoration. Mildly controversial 4K restoration. Apparently, director goes back and did a few things. David Fincher touched up a couple little things. Don't think it's that big of a deal. Doesn't sound like it is. But some people don't like it touched at all. So here it is, the Seven. Good Lord, why is it such a gigantic photo? Let's zoom out a little bit here. What are you doing, Blu-ray.com? We don't need that many bits. Look at this. We got Seven limited edition 4K Ultra HD Steelbook. The front. Very subtle. Both of these releases very, very subtle. Just some images on the back and a very up close, blank kind of image on the front, but it suits David Fincher's style. We just got Zodiac actually recently as well. Now we're getting Seven. This is the Steelbook edition, 30th anniversary edition. I know there was some more controversy because apparently David Fincher canceled the big deluxe box set version that was supposed to come out, and people weren't happy about that. But hopefully you like the Steelbook, and we're going to talk about a digipack here in a second. This is 4K Ultra HD only and digital. No Blu-ray included in this. It looks nice. Let's see if we can see the back of it here. Yeah, there's the back. There's the J-card. Same images on the back. So that's the Steelbook version. $35 on Amazon right now. Not on sale. Full price, but that's not bad. I don't want to say not bad because that's still pretty expensive. But lately, Steelbooks have been outrageous when they first come out, like $65, $70. So 35 is actually a breath of fresh air. We've also got a digipack version, which apparently Fincher had some say in the packaging design himself. I don't know if I'd be claiming this because I don't think it looks that great, but yeah, if you like it, you like it. It's just plain black with the Seven logo there on the front and then those same images on the back. It says it's a rigid slipcase, but I think it's pretty flimsy. I don't have it in hand, but the reviews I've seen of it look more cardboardy. I don't think it's hard box, but it's a digipack, which I love. I love digipacks. Hopefully it's sturdy. It says rigid. I don't know. But there you go. That one's much cheaper. Only $25 for the 4K and digital. Same thing. No Blu-ray included either. So there you go. You've got 2 options for your 4K. And if you want to go Blu-ray, I believe, yeah, there's a Blu-ray version too. I don't know if there is. There's like 1,000 different versions on here. I think some of these might be the international version. Yeah, this is the international version. We've got international turned on now, so it's going to show me multiple different versions. So we don't need to look at that. 7, biggest thing coming out this week. Also, already mentioned in the chat, we got Yojimbo and Sanjuro coming out from Criterion. They've been doing almost nothing but 4Ks recently. A lot of upgrades. This is a 4K upgrade, already a Blu-ray in the collection, but we've got a lovely 4K. This is a nice set. If you haven't seen it, it's 2 I should have grabbed it off the shelf. I'll show you these pictures down here. 2 individual plastic cases, Ganebo cases, and they both go into this nice little slip case. It looks nice. I like it quite a bit. But yeah, the 4K is going to look exactly the same. Packaging is going to be the same. It's just going to be the 4K discs instead. That retails at $80. Maybe wait for a sale, or if you really want to support Barnes & Noble or Criterion, buy it full price. I support that. I don't do it very often, but I'm happy when people can afford to do that. That's coming out this week as well. And then another boutique label, a newer one. It's A24. A24, if you haven't seen it, I just did a full video. Hopefully you can hear. Yeah, you can hear me. Whew. I had a heart attack there that my mic wasn't on. I just did a full video about A24 now being carried in Barnes & Nobles. So if you want to grab this release, it will be available at your local Barnes & Noble. Hopefully they have I went to my section at my Barnes & Noble. They had a nice little section of all the new releases, all the A24 releases, mostly, pretty much all of them. This one will be hitting stores tomorrow. Brand new release, We Live in Time, just came out last year. My wife saw this movie in theaters, and I don't know if I should speak for her, but based on the conversation I had with her, she didn't have the best experience first time out, but as she's thought about it more and more since then, she's liked it more in her head. I think it has, I can't think of what it's called right now, but it's told out of order. Kind of like Christopher Nolan likes to do a lot of the time. And she said that kind of distracted and took away from her experience the first time. But after reflecting on it afterwards, she says that kind of added. She thinks that she'll like it a lot better on a second viewing. So she is looking forward to picking this up. We're going to try to go sometime this week to Barnes & Noble, see if she can grab it. There's actually 2 different versions, though. There's one you can get in Barnes & Noble stores, and there's one that you can get. It's an exclusive to the A24 website. That's what this one is right here. Them 2 in bed together. That's the artwork on that one. I believe it's just artwork that's different on these, but these are wonderful digipack releases from A24. I've got 5 of these now. They do one for After Sun, Zone of Interest, Marcel the Shell. Lots of great releases from A24. They come with art cards inside or a booklet. This one just looks like it's art cards, and then the disc over here on the right. So different artwork for this exclusive, but it's still going to be your standard disc. One thing about this that I'm not crazy about, and that's why you saw in the thumbnail, no 4K version on this, no 4K release. A lot of these have come out with 4Ks, even Marcel the Shell, 4K transfer. This, just a Blu-ray. Only a Blu-ray available for this movie, both the A24 shop exclusive and I think the standard one as well, both just Blu-ray. But you do get the nice digipack packaging. That's the exclusive version. We'll take a look at the standard version down here. It's the more classic poster image right here of them on the merry-go-round. The crazy horse is just off screen, so you can't see him on the front. But there you go. That's some cool artwork. I don't know which one my wife will prefer because she's seen the film, so she knows both of those scenes. So she might pick the exclusive version, actually. But there you go. It says Blu-ray right there on the back, 1080p. That's the artwork on the back of the standard version. Let me know if you saw We Live in Time and if you'll be picking that one up as well, and if you like the A24 releases. We'll talk about one more here, and then I'll talk to you guys in the comments section. Saturday Night. Whoa, this is already out. I feel like this just was in theaters. This year went by so quick. I did not hear a lot of great things about this. I think it was kind of middle of the road. I think some people liked it. Some people thought it was just fine. Blu-ray and digital. Again, no 4K on this. Brand new film. I guess it didn't make enough money to justify a 4K for the studios. This is Sony Pictures. Saturday Night. Maybe this will be one down the road that gets a 4K like, I'm trying to think of an example, but we also had Poor Things last year. Oscar-nominated film, no 4K. And then also my favorite movie of 2022, which of course I can't think of at the moment. Martin McDonagh. What am I trying to think of? Banshees of Inisherin. Just a Blu-ray. No 4K restoration on that either, or 4K release on that, which sucks. Hopefully that happens at some point. And if you really like Saturday Night, maybe hopefully you'll get a 4K release of that. For this one, it just looks like a bare bones Blu-ray and digital release. Only $25 on Amazon right now. List price is $41, which is outrageous for a bare bones Blu-ray. Come on, Sony, what are you doing? That's nuts. Hopefully nobody pays full price for that. All right, we've made it through the first row. Let's see who is in the comments section over here in the live chat. Let me scroll back up, see what people are saying. Just stop right here. Marty, I want DJ to talk about Seven. I guess Fincher used AI to a certain degree for this restoration. Seems very different in how he used it compared to James Cameron. More practical and logical. Yes, exactly. We talked about that a little bit at the beginning. From what I've heard, Ken did a wonderful video on this. Check out his review. I love Mid-Level Media. Great channel. You're probably familiar with his channel if you know my channel. He did a wonderful review on this and kind of broke down the things that Fincher did. It didn't sound like too big of a deal from what he was saying. And I haven't seen it myself yet, so I'm going to have to go with what he said. But yeah, it doesn't bother me too much. I know some people are purists and they don't want it affected at all. As a designer and like artist myself, I totally get those annoying little things that you didn't get right when you put it out the first time, and you just want to change little things. As long as it doesn't mess with the story or take you out, it's not too big of a deal for me. But at the same time, if it's not really that big of a deal, why even do it? If you're just doing the minor little things. I guess just for his own personal OCD at that point. Skylar, my first live chat. Hey, welcome. Hope you enjoy it. Hope you throw some comments at me. Throw some questions. Let's talk. Magnitude Rev, just popping in to say hi, DJ. Thank you. Always appreciate it. Hit the like button before you pop out. Henry, Universal's 4K of Nosferatu should be released early 2025. That's the 2024 version. Don't get me excited, man. I would love a 4K restoration of the original. I want to see that, actually. I really want to see the 2024 version. Internet User 7 out on January 7th. Clever. I'm an idiot. I didn't even realize that. That's actually pretty cool. Mark's Movie Menu went to the Barnes & Noble opening day of the Arrow 50% off sale. Thanks for your heads up. I waited to pick up a simple plan until today and saved some money. Hey, yeah, I'm glad I could help. Like I said, a couple weeks ago, Barnes & Noble reached out to me about their Arrow sale coming up, and I'm going to do a video about that soon. I actually want to go with John. You guys know John. We do a lot of in-store Barnes & Noble hunting videos together. He's actually in Germany right now. He's out of the country, so we can't do it yet. He's going to be back next week. So next week, we're going to go to Barnes & Noble and do some Arrow video hunting, hopefully find some good stuff at my store. I've heard that, or they've told me that they're going to be beefing up the sections a little bit, ordering more Arrow stuff, hopefully ordering more Criterion stuff, and now they're adding the A24 stuff. So it seems like they're not going anywhere with the physical media. They're actually stepping it up and taking the place of all the other brick and mortar stores that are kind of getting out of the game. So that's awesome. That's great to hear. You love to see that. And I can't wait to go to my section and see what they have. I am going to go to my section like this week, though, and look at the A24 section with Grace, because she really wants to pick that one up. Carrie Witt, I'm loving the way that UPC looks on the spine of those A24 limited releases. That combined with the colors looks great. They do look great. And I don't have mine all next to each other. I have them split up because of the color thing back there. But when you do put them next to each other, they look awesome. They look really good. So most people will have them displayed that way. Connor says, alas, I saw the TV Glow was also denied a 4K. What is up with that? I guess that didn't make much money either, I don't think. But I've heard it's great. Connor keeps telling me to watch it. I need to watch that. I completely missed it this year. I got to play catch up. Golden Globes were last night, and I hadn't seen like anything that was winning. I'm so far behind on 2024 releases. Anyway, let me jump back and see what else is coming out this week. We're not going to talk about Rumpelstiltskin. We talked about that last week. I guess that got bumped. I think it's out of print anyway. It's still, yeah, it's up for pre-order, so we don't need to talk about that one again. Sanctum 4K. Who was asking for this? That's what I want to know. Who in the world was asking for Sanctum on 4K? I've actually seen this film. I saw it in the theater. I have a dumb little story about this. So back when I was in college, I was originally in school for, let me get that thing off the screen. Sorry, Connor. I appreciate your comment, but I got to get out of the way. I was originally in school for visual effects and motion graphics. I eventually transferred to graphic design, But graphic and web design, but originally I was in visual effects and motion graphics, so there was a lot of film courses in my curriculum. And I took this visual effects class, VFX 140. It was awesome. I really, really enjoyed that class. It wasn't, the teacher wasn't great, but we basically just watched special features off of discs from the library for the class. That was it. And we were supposed to go, it was 2011 when this movie came out. For some reason, they were doing a re-release of Avatar, had came out a couple years before that. I never saw it in theaters, so we were going to go to the theater, the whole class, and watch Avatar in the theater in 3D, big hubbub and everything, all the hullabaloo. And for some reason, I don't remember what happened. Something happened. The teacher had to cancel, or one of the students. I don't know what happened. We missed it. And the next week we were going to go, and it was gone. It wasn't in the theater anymore. So we had to see this instead. We watched, because I think that they like use the same cameras that they use for Avatar or something. But this movie's not great. It's just like a spelunking disaster movie where they're just like, I think it's got Mr. Fantastic from the Fantastic Four films, and he is they're just like diving around in a cave with some really cool 3D cameras, and then like stuff starts to go wrong, and they get lost and get killed and stuff. I don't know, maybe it's good. I did not have a good time with it when I was in school. Maybe it was just because of the disappointment of not getting to see Avatar. But it's coming out from Shout Factory. It's getting a 4K Blu-ray combo pack. Like I said, this is a 2011 thriller drama film is what it's listed as here. I don't know. It is $30 on Amazon right now. I'm sure it looks great. I'm sure the transfer looks awesome. I can't recommend the film, but maybe it's a reference quality picture. I don't know. I'll have to see. I'll have to wait and see what people say about that one. Sanctum getting a 4K restoration, and I don't know if there's a Blu-ray. I don't know if they're releasing a Blu-ray along with it, but you got to get the 4K if you're going to grab that this far after the fact. Drag Me to Hell is getting a 4K, also from Shout Factory. This is one of the Walmart exclusive Steelbooks 4K Blu-ray combo pack. Look at that artwork. Good gracious. Wow, that's pretty cool. Is this a Lionsgate one? No, this is Shout Factory. Sweet. Shout Factory does some really good Steelbooks. I actually just picked up their Steelbook of The Last Unicorn. Look at this. Look at this. It's beautiful. Shout Factory's killing it. Shout Factory's turning me into a Steelbook guy. Who would have thought? Who would have thought that's possible? But yeah, Drag Me to Hell, the 2009 film. 2 different cuts on there. And probably a couple different supplements as well. That's really cool. That's getting a Steelbook release. From Arrow Video, last one here in the second row, we've got Rampo? 2005 fantasy horror film. And look at this, beautiful slip-covered release with art cards and the double-sided poster, standard limited edition release. I'm not even showing you. Let me get over here. There it is. Rampo Noir. There you go. There's the art cards. There's the poster. Standard limited edition for Arrow Video these days. And that's what you got coming out from Arrow Video, 2005 fantasy horror film. Only $20 right now. I'm going to jump back and show you this other Steelbook because I don't even know if I was sharing my screen. Look at that. That's awesome. That looks really cool. Like the artwork on there. Haven't seen that film, but looks like a nice release from Shout Factory. So a lot of interesting stuff coming out this week. We're already through 2 rows. A few more things to tackle, but let's go ahead and see what people are saying in the chat. Magnitude. I really do like the A24 releases. Just they keep choosing films I'm less interested in purchasing. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of rights issues with that whole thing. They don't put out releases for all their films. Like Past Lives was one of their most beloved films from last year. Critically acclaimed, but the rights went to someone else. I think Mubi got the rights. Was it Mubi? Or did it just have a standard studio release? I can't remember, but it wasn't an A24 exclusive. Mark, I pre-ordered the 4K of Heretic on the A24 website. Saw Walmart is now selling A24. Yeah, I saw Marcel the Shell with shoes on at my Walmart. It's not as big as the Barnes & Noble section, but they do have some. I think they're starting to get those at Walmarts. My Walmart always sucks, so they never have anything. But Heretic also coming out this month. So we've got We Live in Time coming out today, and then Heretic I think is in a week or two, mid-month. So look forward to that as well. It seems like they're going to be pumping these things out more often. Maybe we'll see more of their films coming out through them and less being distributed by other labels. Alejandro Salado, do you ever have issues playing discs? I have never had an issue playing a disc, at least not a Region A disc. Obviously, I can't play Region B discs unless I do the little button hack on the Panasonic players. But yeah, I've never had it. I've used 2 different 4K players. I've had the Sony, whoops, I just sent off balloons. Sorry. Apple. I think I had the Sony X700 is the name of my first player. Let me double check that before I give you fake news. Yeah, Sony UBP X700 was my first player, and then my second player was the Panasonic 820. And I've had no problems with either of those releases. So I don't know. I maybe I've just been lucky. I've heard a lot of people have issues with 4K discs. I'm just recently getting into 4K, so maybe that's it. I haven't been in 4K for that long, but I've watched quite a few 4K discs. Magnitude Rev, I just wish A24 always did a booklet rather than those silly little art cards that I truly do not care for. 100% agree. I would much prefer a booklet with some background information about the film than to just art cards. Although me and my wife are thinking about putting together like a frame wall over here and using nothing but boutique artifacts that come in these boutique releases and kind of actually get some use out of them. So I'm thinking about doing something over there on that wall, and I'll show it to you guys if we ever get it done. But yeah, we've been talking about that lately because I have a ton of it. I have so much stuff. I actually went through and like pulled everything out of the cases, and it's like in a folder over here. So we'll see if I end up doing that. Let's see. The chat just jumped really far ahead. Brent, hi, DJ. Did you ever pick up the Curzon Bellatar box set? Like you were saying, got mine for Christmas. Loving it. Well, Brent, why don't you tell me, sir? There it is, right there in the gray section. It's beautiful. I tried to shoot a video about it, but I ended up technical difficulties and I ended up never shooting it. But it's awesome. It's really cool. I want to watch through some more of those films because I've only seen really the big, giant 7.5 hour one, Satan Tango. But I want to check out more, especially Workmeister Harmonies. Let's see what else people are saying. Dan's Den, Sanctum, a big post 3D Avatar film presented by James Cameron. I have never watched it all the way through. Yeah, I almost didn't, but we had to. It was literally the class, so I made it through. Dan's Den also says, Drag Me to Hell is so fun. And more people popping in. Hey, Bailey Walsh popping in, Mr. Wayne. Thank you guys so much. Wow, Mr. Wayne, you're my favorite YouTuber. Thank you so much, but you got to watch more YouTube, my friend. There's some incredible channels, way better than myself out there. Great stuff. Let's look at another Steelbook here from Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring, my favorite Lord of the Rings film, getting a 4K Steelbook. I think this came out before, but it's listed as a Walmart exclusive Steelbook. It's both the extended and theatrical cuts. It is both 4K and digital, and that's what it looks like. I've definitely seen this artwork before, so I don't know why it's an exclusive. I don't know what makes it an exclusive, but there you go. You've got the Lord of the Rings Fellowship of the Ring. And I'm assuming they're going to do the rest of them. Walmart likes to do these kind of like in phases. So that's the first one. Got to be a re-release though. But there you go. Everybody knows what that is. Lord of the Rings Fellowship of the Ring, one of my favorite movies of all time. I still hold that the first one is the best one. Sorry if you disagree. And then we've got some other stuff here from Kino Classics. Kino Lorber releasing Let's Get Lost from 1988. They're still keeping this Kino Classics line going. They've got a bunch of them now. They've got Kino Classics. They've got Kino Cult. And here we go, new 4K restoration of Let's Get Lost, starring Chet Baker. 1980s documentary, a music documentary film about the life of jazz trumpeter and drug addict Chet Baker. There you go, $22 on Amazon right now, or you can get it from the Kino Lorber website. Anything else? Oh, this is another, I'm not sure if this one is a re-release either, but it's the Wolfman Steelbook. They've been doing I think I've seen this before. We got a Wolfman 4K Blu-ray digital Steelbook with the artwork that they've been doing, the Alex Ross artwork for all of those. So you got a second chance to grab that one. If you missed that, it might be a reprint of that limited edition release. And I think we might be good here. I don't know if there's any other big releases. Most of these are international here at the bottom, things we've already talked about in the last couple weeks. I did want to mention one more thing here because I have no idea what this is. Put a pin in that. We'll talk about that in a second. Filmmasters. I want to mention this as well. The Triumph of Sherlock Holmes and Silver Blaze double feature, 2 movies from Filmmasters, 1935. This is really exciting. Filmmasters has, most of the stuff we've seen from Filmmasters has been like schlocky kind of adventure films, but this is cool. This is a Sherlock Holmes double feature right here. And I've not seen this iteration of Sherlock Holmes. What year is this from? 1935. That's really cool. I'm a huge Sherlock Holmes fan, but I know there's a lot of older Sherlock Holmes films that I have not seen. Filmmasters always puts out some very, very lesser known films that no one else is talking about, so I really appreciate their work. And then we got one more thing here that caught my eye, because of course this comes out right after I finally find the Kino Lorber version. This is the Le Golem on Blu-ray, the German film from Paul Wegener. I just watched this for the first time in October. Did a review of it that month. This is from Potemkin. This, it looks like maybe it's a French release. Yeah, this is a French release of the film. I gotta grab this. This looks great. Blu-ray DVD combo pack. Love the artwork on the front there. Really enjoyed this film. It's a silent golem film from 1920. I have no idea what Potemkin is. It must be, yeah, it's a French label. What have they done? Oh, interesting. Looks like they've done A Woman in the Moon release. That's a Fritz Lang silent film. That looks really cool. I love the artwork on that. I should not be looking into this. I don't need to buy any more international stuff. That looks really cool. They have an Onibaba release as well. Wow, this is really cool. Let me know if any of you own any of these releases. Is that Mello too? Where is that? Directed by, yeah, that's an Alain Resnais film. That's another film that I have from Arrow Academy. But that's some cool artwork on there. I'm gonna have to look into this. Sorry guys, I'm just getting distracted. I have not heard of this label, but I would like to look into these. These are probably Region B releases. They've got some very random films on here. They got Walkabout. Interesting. Invasion of the Body Snatchers. That looks really cool. I gotta look those up. They kind of look like media books. I don't know if they're media books or not, or slipcovers, but they look really cool. That looks like a media book right there though. I'm gonna have to do some research after the show. Let me talk to you guys though in the chat. Not much else going on this week. Let me know if you see anything else that we should talk about. I think that's pretty much everything coming out here in the States. You've also got a Blu-ray version of the Criterion double pack if you want to get that, but that's been out for a while. All right, let's talk to you guys in the chat. Let me scroll back up. We're gonna have tons of time for Q&A tonight, and anything you want to talk about. I have a bunch of stuff out here on my desk. I just filmed a review right before I started this live stream of all the things I've been watching recently. That's why The Last Unicorn's out here. That's why Priscilla is out here. All that stuff is coming very soon. I'll get that edited and up for you guys in the next few days. Carrie Witt. I went to Walmart earlier. They had Marcel, We Live in Time, and Aftersun, along with The Lighthouse, Midsommar, and Everything Everywhere large book style editions. Crazy. That's awesome. I'm so glad that your Walmart has got their together, because my Walmart sucks and they don't carry anything. I still need the Everything Everywhere. That's the only one of the big deluxe editions that I don't have. So that would be great. I got to find myself one of those. It's awesome that they had We Live in Time before it comes out, because my experience with Walmart is they never get the new releases out till like 3-4 days later. But hey, I'm happy for you. I'm happy your Walmart is awesome. Mr. Wayne, you should get the Truman Show 4K. I should. I absolutely should. That was one that came out a couple years ago now, and I really wanted to grab it because I don't own that film at all, and I love it. It was really good. Only seen it once, actually, but I had a really great time. I remember we went to the Truman House. I think it's in Florida on the Panhandle, somewhere around there. We went on a vacation with my wife's family a few years ago to the beach, and that whole like seaside town is still there. The houses all look the same. It looks really, really cool. I took some pictures out there. No idea where those pictures are at this point, but yeah, it was great, and I really enjoyed that film. I need to finally get that 4K. Robert Rogers, hi, late to the show. No worries. Always watch it back on the replay, and no worries at all. Mr. Wayne, Mr. Wayne is fanning the flames here. You're easily. Thank you. I honestly really do appreciate it. I don't agree, but I really appreciate the kind words. I always do. Really appreciate the support. Carrie Witt, 2 Towers, DJ, 2 Towers. I know everybody likes 2 Towers. Although there is like a resurgence of Fellowship of the Ring fans. I think people are coming around to my side, but most people like 2 Towers the best. Henry Biden Cap, no, DJ. Most other movie YouTubers are getting to be annoying. You're okay. I did not say that. I love. There's a lot of. What are you talking about, man? Mid-level media, Elliot Cohen. Tons of great channels out there. I love some of my blue tuber brethren. Internet user, I saw Let's Get Lost some time back. I remember really liking it. Cool. I'm glad someone has seen that one. Chris says Lord of the Rings Steelbook is a re-release. Yeah, I thought so. I knew I had seen that artwork before. I don't know how they get away with calling it an exclusive, a Walmart exclusive. Maybe there's like a pin. Remember when they used to do like enamel pins? Is anyone into that stuff? I never got into enamel pins. Marty, it's too bad that WB never reissued the Lord of the Rings Trilogy Extended Edition on Blu-ray and or 4K in the same kind of packaging as the original DVD extended book-like packaging from 02 to 04. I remember what you're talking about. I still see those all the time in like secondhand stores. Those DVD box sets are awesome. I never had them, I don't think. Maybe I did. I think I maybe have them, but I switched to Blu-ray pretty quickly. But yeah, those sets are awesome, and that's where you got like all the like hour-long special features, hours and hours of special features, and all the behind-the-scenes stuff. I wish we still had behind-the-scenes stuff in modern movies, like bonus features and stuff. I love that the boutique labels do that kind of stuff, but it's nothing compared to what Peter Jackson. He basically had a camera like on him filming that movie like all the time. That stuff you can watch hours and hours of that special features, and it's like a film course. Speaking of my visual effects class, we watched a lot of that stuff, all that stuff about the bigatures, as they call them, because they had these miniatures on set for like the elf cities, but they were so big they called them bigatures because you could literally like walk in them. It was crazy. Those movies are one of a kind. Carrie Witt, I've been listening to a ton of Chet Baker stuff lately, especially his vocal albums. Might have to check out the doc. We've been getting a ton of docs lately. I actually just picked up a documentary, two documentaries from Vinegar Syndrome. By the way, if you don't know, Vinegar Syndrome is doing some incredible daily deals, like every day this week. We can look at that in a minute because they've been doing some really cool stuff. They've had some cinematograph releases on sale, 3 of them already. I'm still on the fence. I don't know if I'm out of cinematograph or if I'm gonna get dragged back in, but they've been putting those on sale for $20. Really, really good stuff. We'll look at that in a minte, because we got a little bit extra time tonight. But yeah, Vincent's been doing some great sales. I've already picked up 3 things from those sales, so I'll talk about that in a couple days when it comes in. Quietly Games is here. Hello, we'll pick up We Live in Time. Only interest I have, and my pockets are safe, LOL. Yeah, they're not too bad. I think they're like, well, actually they might be kind of expensive. Are they $45? Are they $40? I can't remember exactly how much they are, but I guess I could look. But yeah, they're not too bad. The bigger deluxe sets from A24 are pretty expensive, like $60. Hopefully Barnes & Noble will do an A24 sale. That was the first thing I asked them when they said they were going to be carrying A24s. I was like, are you going to do a 50% off sale? They said no plans yet, but hopefully that eventually happens, because that would be awesome. I guess that would be kind of up to A24 a little bit too. Jeffrey Patron, Let's Get Lost, has a really beautiful cover from Chet Baker of an Elvis Costello song, Almost Blue. Might have to pick that up in a nearby Kino sale. Hey, well, they come around like every 2 weeks, so just wait, because Kino is doing sales all the time. Mark, DJ, because of your enthusiasm for Deaf Crocodile, I ordered and received today the limited 4K edition of Felidae, the 4K transfer. Felidae? It's Felidae. The 4K transfer, gorgeous, and the audio is great too. I have that release. I haven't had a chance to watch it yet with all the Christmas and new releases, so as soon as I get this video up of stuff I've been watching recently, I'm going to knock out well, I was going to say 2 newest Deaf Crocodile releases. I now have 3 new Deaf Crocodile releases. Just got this in the mail today from the great folks at Deaf Crocodile. It is the Cathedral of New Emotions. Look at that artwork. Incredible. It says, imagine Ralph Bakshi animating an R-rated version of John Carpenter's Dark Star, or the cartoon equivalent of Cannes' Edge Bamyashi, or Pink Floyd's Astronomy Domine. So this sounds insane. This is like the 3rd animated psychedelic space movie they've done so far. They also did Son of the Stars, which was great. I watched that one. And another one by the same director that I don't own that's called Delta Space Mission. Still need to grab that one. That's one of the last 2 I need to complete my Deaf Crocodile collection. But yeah, I'm going to knock out these 3 Deaf Crocodile releases and talk about all those in a future video very soon. So thanks for reminding me, Mark. I'm glad you were able to pick up one of those. Hope you enjoy it. Robert Rogers, did you and Grace ever watch Paper Moon? No, we were actually going to watch it this past Friday. We were down to 2 movies to watch, and it was either Paper Moon or the new 4K restoration or 4K transfer of Holdovers, and we went with Holdovers. Sorry, it's right back there. I just talked about it in my video I just shot. It's great. It looks awesome. There's some distracting things. Well, you can see the video and hear my thoughts on it. But no, Paper Moon will be coming up very soon. Grace really wants to watch that one. I want to watch it too. It's just a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff to watch, and we're trying to catch up on stuff. Christmas really set us back, watching a lot of Christmas movies. I got a lot of catch up to play. Internet user, did you do anything for New Year's? No, not this year. Last year we had a party and it was great. A lot of our friends were out of town this year. Like I said, John's all the way in Germany, so we just had a low key New Year's. Just me and Grace, got some champagne. Watched a lot of movies. Actually, we watched lots of New Year's movies. We watched what did we watch? Oh, Kronos. I finally showed Grace Kronos. I forgot how kind of gory that movie is. She doesn't do well with blood. So maybe that was a mistake, but I love Kronos. It's one of my favorite Guillermo del Toro films. His first feature film, kind of his take on vampires. You can see I love debut features, and you can see all of his idiosyncratic like obsessions from the very beginning. It's already all there. It's a quintessential Guillermo del Toro film, and I love it. And I showed it to her, and she liked it too, but it was a little much for her. She had to look away from the screen quite a bit, but we watched that, and then we followed up immediately with another New Year's film, a kind of pseudo-fantasy noir film called Repeat Performance, which is a Flickr Alley release that I got from my friend Jeffrey. It's right here. In the green section, Repeat Performance. It opens with a bang. It opens with, you can see right there, she has a gun in her hand. She shoots her husband, the opening scene, and then she gets this, like, for some reason, there's no explanation. It's not like Clarence in It's a Wonderful Life. There's no explanation. She just gets a magical chance. She wakes up the next morning. It's the same. It's January 1st, but it's the previous year, and she gets the chance to repeat that entire year and try to fix her mistakes. And we had a great time watching this. Perfect New Year's movie. I liked it quite a bit. I wish it was a little bit more personal. I wish it was mistakes that she had made that she could change. It's not really. It's like she's just kind of trying to fix things that other people are doing externally, and it's not really as much like It's a Wonderful Life as I wanted it to be. It was very plotty, which makes sense for a noir, but I was hoping it was kind of be a little bit more personal, but I did enjoy it quite a bit. It's a nice breezy 93 minutes, and it was perfect to watch on New Year's. Let's see. Sheldon Emberley, our Walmart sucks here too. Used to have a good Blu-ray section, but not anymore. Yeah, I feel like that's most people. There was like a big boom of like mid-year last year. As soon as Best Buy went not under, but they stopped carrying physical media, and Walmart like stepped up, and they had like Steelbook sections, and for a couple months it was great. And then all of a sudden, every time I go now, the Steelbook section is just empty, like a bunch of blank spaces, a couple things. So yeah, it was short-lived, at least here where I live. But it sounds like some people have some really good Walmarts. Dan's Den. There are a lot of great smallish YouTube movie content videos out there, of course. Yeah. You gotta check out the small guys. Michael Smith, DJ, are you aware of the Man v Film channel? He is a Scottish chap who posts great reviews of physical media, and he actually likes films more than the packaging. Is that a dig at me? I think I may have seen a couple of his videos come through. I don't know. I've listened to Scottish guys talk about movies before. I don't know if it's the same Scottish chap you're talking about, though. Carrie Witt, DJ, what's your favorite labels, larger box set style releases? VSU, Aero boxes, A24 imprint, Severn boxes. So are you asking which is my favorite like style of release? That's a great question. I mean, as much as I like the A24s, they're a little awkward. They're kind of too big. I'm not crazy about those. Let's see. Aero boxes are great. I think that's my favorite is Aero box. You said VSU though. VSUs are really cool too. Ooh, I'm gonna go with the classic Aero box, like the harder slipcases, kind of like I just showed you with Deaf Crocodile. Like these Aero and Eureka also does these sometimes. These kind of hard boxes that are perfect with the Skenevo case inside and the booklet. That's perfect. That's all I need. All I need is the film, a hard box, and the booklet. I don't need art cards. I don't need posters like we talked about earlier. Just give me a booklet, 60 pages, 100 pages, so I can read up and really learn a lot about the film. That's my ideal. So if you want to look at the Eureka, Radiance too. Oh, Radiance. Speaking of, I just got an Orbit order in. I got the Haxon. Look at this. I'm so excited. I'm so excited to open this up. I just got it today. This is it. Hardbox, Skenevo case, booklet. Incredible. Also got the Luis Buñuel set over there. I'm very excited to dig into those. Radiance and Deaf Crocodile, top of the list right now. Love those guys. they announced 2 new cinematograph releases, jumping a bit further off your Vincent comments. One is a baseball picture with Robert De Niro, and the other is a Lumet movie. I saw those, so we can maybe pull those up. I don't know anything about that Sidney Lumet film. Let's actually jump to Vincent, since you kind of segued us into that. Let's jump over here. So this is the Vincent site. If you click on the middle link in the nav up at the top, it says daily deals, and they're running these. They're 24-hour deals each day of the week. So this one's got 14 hours left. New daily deals refreshing in 14 hours. So there you go, right off the bat. They've got a new, or not a new, but they've got a cinematograph release, 60% off, only $20. This is one of the Blu-rays. It's not one of the 4Ks. But I think 2 days ago, they had one of the 4Ks on sale for $23. Super good deal. I ended up holding off because I think I'm out on cinematograph. I really, really like, they came out the gate really strong with Little Darlings, and I really liked Red Rock West too. But since then, I haven't really been excited about many of the films. It's kind of an era of film that I'm not super excited about, like 70s and 80s stuff. And I've just got so much other stuff that I have to buy and watch. So I've dropped out of cinematograph, even though I came out strong. I bought like the first 4 because I love this packaging. I just wish I could get more excited about the films. But Dangerous Game's only $20 right now. That's number 4, or 5, I think. So that's the next one I need. So maybe I should pick that one up if you guys really like that film and think I should grab it. But yeah, you mentioned the 2. That's another one I want to check out is Shanks. That looks really cool. But yeah, this one just was announced today. It's called Child's Play. It's a Sidney Lumet film. It's the full price, obviously, well, not full price, $35. It's a Blu-ray, not a 4K. So they're still announcing these. This is part of the reason I can't keep up is because they just keep announcing them over. Like they've come out like every month of the year. Here's the baseball film he was talking about. It's called Bang the Drum Slowly. It's not letting me click on it for some reason. There we go. That is a 4K, so that's a $40 price right now. The packaging's awesome. I love the packaging on these. I just cannot keep up with how often they're putting them out. But yeah, they look great. I wish I could. It's another 70s film, 1973. But anyway, we can briefly look at the daily deals. I know one of the daily deals for a couple days ago was Flesh for Frankenstein, that nice hardbox limited edition release that they have, which is a Criterion film that's out of print from Criterion. It was an old DVD, so if you want to grab that, well, it's too late now, but it was on sale a couple days ago. They've got the Cardona collection, 1 and 2, 70% off for only $18 and $14. So this is stuff that's been out for a while, and they're just trying to clear out their stock. So a lot of cool stuff in there. There's a Yellow Veils picture release, only for $14. 2 Yellow Veils pictures. There's a Dark Star release. There's a Shudder release, which we talked about on the show a couple weeks back. I remember that one. And then KFC from Decanalog is also on sale. So doing a lot of partner stuff. Some Canadian International Pictures, American Genre Film Archive is releasing some stuff as well. So yeah, there's some good sales. Be sure to check back every day and see if there's anything you want. I actually grabbed, one of the things was on sale was that French New Wave vignette film that features a short by Eric Romer, which I have to get. I have to buy everything from Eric Romer. So that was the main thing I bought in that order. And then I grabbed a couple other things while I was there. So that should be coming soon. And I can talk about that as soon as I get a chance to watch it. Kevin House, my son's cousin, is a digital special effects artist. He lives in New Zealand and worked on the Lord of the Rings films. I don't really know him, though. Well, you should get to know him. That's awesome. That's amazing. Let's see. Where are we? Man, you guys are... Thank you so much for all the engagement tonight. You guys are great. There's a ton of comments coming through. I'm going to try to get to as many as I can. Carrie Witt, so that Deaf Crocodile release is an animated acid trip. You could say that for most, if not all, of Deaf Crocodile's releases. That's why I love them. KB loves movies. DJ dropped $1 at Barnes & Noble this morning on their Arrow sale, but considering the 7th Steelbook because the Digipack reminds me of the DVD, but not in a good way. Ooh, well, let me know. I mean, hope you decide whether or not you want to pick it up. It seems like a great release, even if the packaging is kind of not great. I still need to pick up Zodiac. I haven't even picked up the 4K of Zodiac that came out at the end of last year. Let's see. Michael Smith, DJ, to follow up on my question about the Man v Film Guy, he recently gave a very glowing review of Feel a Day, said it was his favorite release by Deaf Crocodile so far. Wow. I'm excited to check it out. It's a darker, very like horrific, not horrific, brutal animated film from what I've heard. And it's very similar to like Watership Down and War Dogs, I think is the other film directed by the same director as Watership Down. But this is a different director, but it's apparently very similar, very dark. I'm excited. I'm excited to check it out. Haven't had a chance to watch it yet, but I can't wait. Carrie Witt, Green Room is an awesome A24 movie, underrated. So, like, that was what was so cool about doing the A24 videos. I asked everybody to put their favorite A24 movie in the comments, and like, I've never seen so many diverse opinions. Like, A24, apparently everyone loves everything from A24, because I feel like every A24 film was mentioned in that comment section. I still have these 2 releases that I'm going to be giving away. So go ahead and enter yourself in that giveaway in the comment section of that video, because I'm going to be giving away Showing Up on Blu-ray and Lamb on 4K. Hopefully going to be doing that later this week in the next A24 video that I do with Grace. So got a couple more days to enter, and I'll be giving those away soon. I've also got some Arrow stuff to give away. I don't think it's on my desk up here. Oh, here it is. Give you guys a sneak peek. When I do my Arrow video, I'm going to be giving away this Conan box set, so stay tuned for that. I think I'm going to give this away. I'm still deciding, but I think I am going to do it. So stay tuned for that. That should be coming up here in the next couple weeks, as soon as John gets back and we can go shoot that video in store. And this time they have told them that we're coming and that we're going to be filming, so they won't kick us out this time. We won't have a repeat performance of that last video. Dwayne and the Rock Hudson, that's an incredible name. My wife and I watched repeat performance on TCM on New Year's Eve. Agree with you that there's a ton of plot in that movie. Yeah, it was good. It was enjoyable. Great, like you said, a great movie to watch with the wife. But it didn't blow me away like I was hoping it would, because It's a Wonderful Life is my favorite movie of all time. But hard to compete with that, obviously. I wasn't expecting something that great, but it was really good. Carrie Witt, DJ, have you seen 5 Card Studs starring Robert Meacham and Dean Martin? Been thinking about picking that up over at Vincent. Heard great things. Yes, that is a limited edition on Vincent. That was, I hate to tell you this, but it was on sale a couple days ago. It was on sale for pretty cheap just a couple days ago. And now I think it's already back up to full price. But it was, and I did consider picking it up while it was on sale. I'm actually going to pull it up because it looks great. I don't know if it's a great movie or not, but the artwork looks great. And like you said, has a stacked cast. There it is. Still available. So they didn't sell too many in the sale. There's still 516 available. But there you go. Looked interesting, but did not look interesting enough for me to pick it up in my order. I was already picking up too many things. Swifty Police popping in. Don't put yourself down. Of all the YouTubers I've seen that arrange movies by color, you are definitely the best. Thank you. I see what you did there. I don't know if that's a compliment or an insult, but I'll take it. Repeat Performance is a great film. I agree, Henry. Sorry if it sounded like I didn't like it. Those are my thoughts. Jeffrey says, fully agree with you on Repeat Performance. Definitely glad it was able to be restored and given such a nice release. It does. It looks great. I'm so happy with Flickr Alley and all the releases they've been doing. I need to start picking up more of their stuff. I don't have anywhere near enough of Flickr Alley's releases. Apparently I need to check Hamilton Book, because Ethan keeps telling me that they have Flickr Alley stuff on Hamilton Book for pretty cheap. So I need to look over there this year. Something I want to do more of this year is more boutique releases, less throwaway releases. What do we got here? What do we got? Beetlejuice. Hey, what's up, DJ? Hey, how's it going, man? I've been eyeing that limited edition Warner Brothers box set of your film, Beetlejuice, but it's so expensive. It's out of print, and eBay has it for so much money, but I want it. I really want it. It looks great. Goes perfect with the Wizard of Oz one they just released. I think those are international releases. No, Wizard of Oz is a US release, but I don't know if Beetlejuice was. Beetlejuice, 22 likes only. Get on him, Beetlejuice. Gotta tell him, hit the like button. Henry, speaking of likes, what does it do for the channel? From what I understand, it helps the video get picked up into the algorithm. The more engagement, the more comments, the more likes on the video, YouTube's like, hey, people care about this, people like this, so they show it to more people in the little side menu. They recommend it to more people. So the more people that are interested in a video, the more people YouTube shows it to, because they want people to watch YouTube all day long. Why so BlueTube? Vincent got me for a few titles this week. Let me know what you got. I picked up 3 myself. Dan's Den, didn't realize that Lumet directed a Chucky movie. That's quite the glow up for the series. Yeah, it sounds pretty disturbing from what I've read. It's not anything like a Child's Play movie, but it sounds interesting. Magnitude Rev, you should open that Haxon release on stream. I'm saving it for a video. It looks so good though. You can kind of already see it. Like, it came a little like it's fine, it's in good shape, but the packaging is kind of sealed. But I was not like, the pictures do not do it justice. It is like, can you see that? I don't even think the camera's going to do it justice. It's not. This is like raised. It's like embossed on the text, and it's like really shiny and silvery. It's ridiculous. I know it sounds stupid, but it looks really good. You can't really see it. Even if I open it, you can't really see it. But I love that movie, and apparently that release is so much better than the Criterion release that we already have. So I had to double dip. I did. I don't usually do double dip on those, but that was really nice. A couple people saying Bang the Drum is great. Ethan says Bang the Drum is great. Internet user also says I really liked both Bang the Drum and Child's Play. So hey, so people have already got them. People have already seen them. Why So Bluetooth grabbed Dangerous Game, The Sadness 4K, and Cardona Volume 1 and 2. I was interested in those Cardona Volumes 1 and 2 because they look absolutely insane. They're like adventure disaster films on like a super low budget. I just don't know. I don't know. I'm always skeptical of Vincent. I don't know if it's going to be worth it by the time I pick him up. Brent says, I need that Boone Wells set. It's worth it to see Viridiana alone, since I think that only has a DVD release. Wow, interesting. Yeah, the one I know most about is, of course, Exterminating Angel, which is in the Criterion collection. But I opted to go with the Radiance set because they just do such great box sets. I'm so excited to check that one out. Might have to push my Pasolini goal for January aside and check out some of this stuff, because I don't know if I'm gonna have time to watch all of Pasolini's films in January and get through all this stuff. Let's see. Dan Stan, glad you spotlighted that Deaf Crocodile release. In the future, I'm planning a video on more relatively obscure foreign animated films. Well, check out all of Deaf Crocodile stuff, because they have most of their stuff is animated. They do a lot of other stuff too, but most of their stuff is animated, and I love that they're putting out a big animation film later this year. I think it's The Snow Queen. I think they've teased it. I think people already figured it out, but I'm excited about that one. And you don't have to get these big deluxe editions if you don't want them, Dan. You can also get just the standard by itself. They release them simultaneously, which is what I wish most people do. Most labels do like the Radiance model, where they release the limited first, and then later on, after those sell out, they do a standard. But Deaf Crocodile does them both at the same time, which is awesome. So you can just pick whichever one you like. No forcing you to double dip at all. You can just pick which one you want and move on. Why So Bluetooth also grabbed Going South 4K. And Last Embrace, that's the one. That's the one that was on sale for $23 a couple days ago. The Last Embrace 4K, since those were on sale. Yeah, pretty cool. Pretty cool that those cinematographs have been out long enough that they're finally going on sale. I feel like they're going to replan this year and not print so many of those cinematograph releases, because they've been sitting in the shop for so long, all year long. I think they printed too many of those. Those might be more limited in the future. Let's see. Oh, jumping up on me. What time we got? Okay, we're still under an hour. This is great. Thank you guys so much. I'm enjoying this. Throw some questions at me. Let's keep talking for a little bit longer. Oh, thank you, Dan Stan. Plague Dogs is the one I was trying to think of. Same director as Watership Down. Kevin House, my Barnes & Noble didn't have Arrows A Simple Plan, but I ordered it from them earlier tonight. I have it on DVD, but I can't wait to watch those Arrow bonus features. And the transfer. The transfer is going to look great. I think it's 4K. So hopefully you enjoy that release. Let me know how the bonus features are. Arrow usually does a pretty good job on those. Internet user, definitely check out Workmeister Harmonies. I rewatched it recently and liked it more. I know. I just got the Criterion release, and then before I had a chance to watch it, they released this big giant Curzon set. So I have it twice. The Workmeister one from Criterion is 4K though, and I don't think that one is. So I'll probably watch the Criterion version. And there's also the booklet from the Criterion as well. So I'm excited. I can't wait. I need more Bellatar. Brent, I saw It's a Wonderful Life in the theaters this year. It was really a great experience. I've never done that. I would love to do that. I watch that film every year, but I've never gone to a theater. That would be great. I should definitely do that. We watched it downstairs on Christmas Day this year. We usually watch it on Christmas Eve, but my family was over that night, so we ended up watching on Christmas Day, and it was still just as great as ever. I cried the most I ever have watching it this year. I don't know what's going on. I feel like every year I get older, I cry more. Internet user, 5-Car Stud is basically a slasher film dressed up as a Western. Interesting. I don't think I've seen that before, especially from that time period. Prism's Collection Corner. Welcome to the stream. Do you know if Superman and Lois is coming to physical? It is on physical. Do you mean like a complete set of it? Because I'm pretty sure it is individually. Let's take a look, shall we? Superman. We don't really talk about, we don't usually talk about television on the show. It's mostly just movies. But yeah, the seasons are there. If you type in Superman and Lois on Blu-ray.com, you got 4th season, and there's the complete series right there. Boom. Did you mean 4K or did you just mean physical in general? Because it is on Blu-ray. I don't know if it'll ever get a 4K. TV is really hard to get on 4K. It's got to be like a big classic cult favorite to get a 4K. But there's a Blu-ray of it right there. I've never seen that show, but I've heard good things about it. Carrie Witt, I love the Arrow Conan box sets. They did those right. I have the Chronicles box, which has both Conan and Conan the Destroyer. Yes, I also have the Chronicles box, which is why I don't need this one that Barnes & Noble sent me. But this is the first one, Conan the Barbarian, the good one, the great one. I think there's fun things to be had in the sequel, but it's nowhere near to the first film's quality. Quietly Games, Deaf Crocodile is definitely climbing up the boutique ladder. I hope they do, because I really like their stuff, and they've been pumping stuff out consistently, like all last year. I'm working on doing a top 10 of last year, 2024 releases, and Deaf Crocodile is definitely going to come up in that list. Maybe more than once. I don't know. We'll see. I might try to limit it. Henry Beidenkopf, Little Darlings, down to 606 left out of 8,000. Should be out of print soon. Yeah, that's crazy. For some reason, the Red Rock West one went out of print like super fast. Like that one was out of print immediately. I had to buy that one secondhand on eBay, but none of the other ones have gone out of print. 8,000 is a lot for such a niche thing. I'm trying to spread the word about Cinematograph. I've done several videos on it, but still, it's very, very niche. But I think they're great releases. I wish I could keep up with them. Michael Smith, the extras on the Boonwell Radiance set are insane. More than they usually do. Well, that's interesting because they usually do a pretty good job. So you got me excited, man. You got me excited. I got to watch through that set soon. I just got it today, and I'm planning on doing a video. I guess I can tell you guys. I'll keep it a secret. I'm planning on doing a video on that pretty soon. Kind of different than I usually do. So we'll leave it at that. Dylan Barry, Bellatar is my favorite filmmaker of all time. I understand, man. I've only seen one of his films, but it was one of the best theater experiences of my life, and I can't wait to watch more of his stuff. It can be depressing, though. I don't know. You got to have other filmmakers. If you could only pick one, that would be... If you could... That's a good question. If you can only pick one filmmaker, what would... I guess you'd probably want to pick someone... If you could only watch one filmmaker's stuff for the rest of your life, I guess it'd probably be more of a workman director that does like a Ron Howard or like a Steven Spielberg that does like a lot of different things probably. Because, I mean, it's just watching Bellatar for the rest of your life, you would be super depressed. Marty, I like the conversation, but not enough to spend on all those extras. I hope Lionsgate does a standard 4K release soon. Yeah, I think they will. I'm sure they will, because that set is massive. This is Brent. Bellatar's Damnation was really great from that box set, first time watch. Yeah, Damnation came out from Arbalos Films, and I'm glad I didn't pick it up because now I have it in that set. I do have Satan Tango from Arbalos, but that's okay. I don't mind double dipping on that one because that was a great movie too, and I can sell that one. If anyone needs a Satan Tango, check out my eBay page, which is not currently live yet, but will be soon because 2025 is the year of the Purge, the Great Purge here at Films by Color. I got to sell some stuff. I got to make room for new releases this year. I'm running out of space. So that's going to be happening soon. Stay tuned for some anti-haul videos. I should be getting rid of stuff and putting it on eBay very soon. Michael Smith, how big is the screen in your movie cave? 100 inches. It is we have a, what is the projector called? We have a 4K projector. It's an Epson UB5050, and it's 100 inches, and it's great. I like it quite a bit. It looks awesome. I have been really falling in love with HDR lately. I put the HDR on when we watched Priscilla, The Adventures of Priscilla, Queen of the Desert. Looked amazing. And then we just watched The Neverending Story, which is an incredible 4K restoration. And the HDR, like I had heard people talking about HDR. I never really messed with it, but it looks awesome. Especially when you're watching in a projector, because 4K is already a little bit darker, and then projector you can't get as bright. But man, that HDR gives it like a boost. It boosts the brightness and the colors without washing out the blacks. Like the blacks are still dark. Like you can look at the letterbox next to it and like it's the same exact color. Blacks are the same, but yeah, it looks awesome. Both of those, Imprint's been doing great stuff. Highly recommend those releases. Obviously, I've done the video on Neverending Story. It's crazy. It's hopefully just wait for the standard on that one because it's a nuts release. Marshall Graham, howdy DJ. Hope the new year is starting good for you. Nothing's really happened yet, but it's been fun. It's great. The kids finally went back to school. I finally got some time today to myself, although my daughter came home with a fever today, so she'll be home with me tomorrow. But yeah, it was crazy. It was fun. I loved having them home, spending a little extra time with them. Didn't really get any videos up the last couple weeks because they've been home the whole time, but happy to start the new year. We'll see how it goes. Carrie Witt, one filmmaker, definitely Spielberg. SC, oof. The poor person that picks Ron Howard to watch for the rest of their life. Yeah, I just threw that out because he does a lot of different things. I wouldn't pick him as my favorite. Dan Stan, Michael Curtiz seems like he'd be great. Only director you could watch for the rest of your life. That's a good one. That's a good one. Yeah, actually, there's a lot of variety in there. You got some swashbuckling back in the day with Errol Flynn. You got some fun musicals as well, and some noirs. He did all kinds of stuff. Dylan Barry, Damnation is one that not many people talk about when bringing up Bela Tarr's filmography. I wish the bar/nightclub scene lasted forever. Oh, man. Well, some of his scenes do last forever, and it's great. I'm assuming you've seen Satan Tango because he's your favorite filmmaker, so you've probably watched all of it. I'm excited. I'm excited to dive into that box set. Let's see. Brent, if you could only watch one filmmaker, if I could only watch one filmmaker, I think I'd pick Eric Rohmer. Yeah, I mean, that's great. He does do the same thing every time. But yeah, he'd be up there for me. I'm just trying to think of if I was going to pick someone with variety. I don't know who I would pick. But yeah, that'd be great. That'd be awesome. Jeffrey Patron, I could probably watch only Michael Curtiz movies for the rest of my life and only be moderately unpleasant with that arrangement, all things considered. He's great. He's one of the best. Interesting. Marty, 12 Spielberg for me. I know that's cliche for most people or pedestrian for the pretentious cinephile type, but I rewatch his early works, Duel and Temple of Doom, on repeat several times a year. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, and plus he's made like 1 billion movies, so you'd be set. That's the thing about Eric Rohmer. You'd only have like 20 movies to watch. Or someone like, I don't know, Jacques Tati, who only did like 6 films. But Spielberg's done 1 bazillion movies, so you'd be fine. Let's see. Henry, how about doing a live auction for your purged items? I thought about that. Apparently, what's it called? Whatnot? Is that what it's called? There's like an app where you can do live auctions. I don't know. It always overwhelms me to try to figure out a new app live and try to like give stuff away. And it's only for like 60 seconds and then people have to bid. It seems stressful. I've seen Jeff do it from Films at Home, Jeff Rossio. And it seems to work well for him. I don't know. Maybe I'll try, but I don't know. I think eBay is just my comfort zone. I've used eBay for a long time. Ethan Edwards, doesn't your Panasonic player automatically put on HDR or Dolby Vision when it's available? I think it does, but I recently I got a new remote. No one cares about this, but I got a new remote because the remote that comes with the Panasonic 820 is terrible. It doesn't have a subtitle button and it's not backlit. So I always have to get my phone out and like look for the status button or the buttons. It's really annoying. I got a new remote. It was like $10 on Amazon and it is backlit and it's great. And it also has like an HDR settings button. So I started messing around with it and you can like pick different settings for HDR and stuff. I mostly keep it on standard, but yeah, I think it does do it by default. I've just recently started noticing and paying attention and messing with it. Oh, interesting. I like this question. Kevin Ford, any collection goals for this year? Yes, and I keep meaning to do a video about that. Like I said, I plan on keep going in the way I've been going and moving more towards just boutique releases. I'm running out of space. I got to really start honing in and curating the collection. I've got more than enough films to last me probably until I die. A lot of stuff I haven't had a chance to watch yet, so I want to start slowing down and getting more specific, kind of cutting back. I know some people won't be happy about it because people love the hunting videos, like going out and in stores and secondhand stores and finding stuff, but I really need to cut back on the just, this is a boutique, let me just grab. Anytime I see boutique releases in secondhand stores, I get excited because I don't see them very often. And we end up picking up like a bunch of Kino Lorbers and a bunch of Aero Academies and stuff. So I need to kind of cut back on that and start leaning more into like the special releases, like the box sets, and because I don't know, I don't have much room. I don't have a lot of time in the week to watch movies. I can maybe get away with 2, maybe 3 movies. We watch a movie on Friday with the kids, so that kind of is 3. So I don't want to just keep buying and like never get around to watching this stuff. So my goal this year is to like slow down, not buy as much, and focus more on the really special, bigger releases like I've done with Radiance and Deaf Crocodile and that kind of stuff. So hopefully I can stick to that. Collection goals. Another one I mentioned earlier, I really want to finish my Deaf Crocodile collection this year. I only have 2 left. Delta Space Mission and Kinzaza, Soviet, like crazy Soviet sci-fi film. Really want to watch that one. I haven't seen that one yet. Those 2 are, well, I can get the standard versions, but I really want to get the limited since I only need 2 left to complete the collection. If anyone has those and they want to sell them, I would be happy to buy them for a reasonable price. But yeah, I want to complete that collection this year. I think I want to complete the Criterion silent films. There's not that many silent films in Criterion that I don't have, so I kind of want to get the rest of those. There's some Eclipse silent stuff, and there's a few other stragglers that I want to grab. So I'm trying to complete my Criterion silent collection this year. Just a few things, just a few little tweaks I want to make. Nothing huge, but I do have a few things I want to talk about. I'll talk about more about that in an upcoming video, hopefully. Patrick Craig just popped in. What's up, y'all? Hope everyone is well. I think we're doing well. We're having a good stream. We are already done with the releases. We got about 20 minutes left to chat. So let me know what you've been doing, what you've been watching, Patrick. Let's see. Carrie Witt. Well, we have started with snow days here in the Midwest. Perfect for watching movies. I have heard about that. I have a friend who lives in Kansas City, and he said it's been nuts, and he's like stuck in his house. So yeah, use that time. Watch the movies as a family. Henry, DJ, picking Romare only if you like watching paint dry. Oh, whoa, wow. That's a reference. I don't think he's actually saying that. I think he's referencing something that came up on a previous stream. Because man, that would, just break my heart. SLC, Hawks offer a lot of variety, but I'd have to go with Hitchcock for a sole director. Interesting. It's an interesting choice. I like that. Yeah, Howard Hawks is good too. And I lost the chat. There we go. Yes, Ethan Edwards, Louis Fouad, you would have about 800 films to watch. You know, I am so upset that I missed out on that box set. That was, I think Ethan put that on his, or not Ethan, you're Ethan. You're confusing me with your name. Elliot Cohen put that as his #1 release of the year, release for box sets, and I'm so mad. I had it in my Diabolic, or was it Orbit? I had it in my Orbit DVD cart for a long time, and I waited too long, and it sold out, and I missed out on it. And now it's on eBay for like $450 or some outrageous thing like that. Hopefully it comes back in print. I don't think it's going to. I think it's out of print for good, so I might never get a chance to get that one, but that was one that I really wanted to pick up towards the end of the year, and I totally missed out on it. Let's see. Carrie Witt, have you seen the custom slipcovers / slip boxes that have been getting popular? Blockbuster box sets. I know the guy you're talking about. I've subscribed to his channel recently. He had a video blow up recently, like several thousand views. I think it was like 12,000. I don't remember what it was. But he makes custom, slip boxes for Etsy. And I've looked at Etsy before because there's a guy on there who makes custom Criterion slipcovers. And he's made slipcovers for all of the old films that were a part of the Criterion collection before they started renumbering. Like in the, for some reason all I can think of is Betamax right now, and it's not Betamax. What are the big things called? Dang it, I can't remember. But Laserdisc. There's Laserdisc days. There was these Criterion releases that never made it to DVD, and he's made Blu-ray cases for all of those, so you can put your Blu-rays in those, and I've considered getting some of those, but I've never done it. I've never done customs. There's also someone on Etsy that does full slips, and they look incredible. They look exactly like something you would get from Blue Fans or WEET Collection or Manta Labs. Like, they look so good. Look amazing. They haven't put out a lot of films that I'm interested in, though, but I'm tempted to pick those up. They're pretty cheap, and you can just slide your Steelbook right in the side of them. They look really good. Let's see. Ooh, Bossman Allo. I don't know. What's the remote name? I don't know. I just typed in Panasonic replacement remote. I actually do have the specific one. Actually, I need to finally, I'm gonna do it. I promise I'm gonna do a video going over all of the stuff I use in my theater. People have asked me that forever, and I keep putting it off. For some reason, it's hard for me. I like making movies at the desk, and any videos at the desk. Every time I have to make a video like somewhere else, it's very uncomfortable. Like I have to hold the camera like out here in the theater, and it's going to be awkward, and it's not going to look great. I'm kind of a perfectionist like that, but I need to finally do that video. I've already made like an Amazon like listing everything that I've bought, like my projector, my player, the replacement remote, like all that stuff, so I can link it in the video. I just need to make the video. So I need to finally get around to doing that. Thank you again for giving me another reminder to do that. Marshall Graham, a more curated collection, you mean? Exactly. Very, very quick and easy way to say it. That's what I need to do. Because there's a lot of, I've been collecting since high school, 2009, 2000. So I've been collecting for a long time, well over 10 years. And there's a lot of stuff back there that I will never watch again. I got it in high school. I thought it was the coolest thing. And now it's, my tastes have changed, and I just don't need to hold on to stuff. I have a couple different versions of things back there. So I got to get rid of some stuff. I got to curate a little bit. That's going to be the main goal of this year, is slowing down and curating. And it's been something I've been putting off forever, but I need to finally do that. Carrie Witt, are you worried your purge will decolorize your shelf? No, not too bad. There'll be some spaces. I'll have to pull things in a little bit, but it won't get, I mean, not too much stuff. Luckily, most of the stuff is like black and blue, so a lot of that stuff will just come off the bottom and won't be too big of a deal. That's kind of why I've been like putting off getting rid of stuff, because it's my background, and if I get rid of everything, the background looks worse. But now I have to, because I'm running out of space. So it's pushing me to finally start getting rid of some stuff. And a lot of it is already down here. Like I've pulled a lot of stuff down and put down there, so you won't even notice the difference. Like the first couple months of getting rid of stuff, it'll be pulling stuff out of that bottom cabinet. Grant, is Disney still doing 4K releases? I feel like they've slowed down lately, and they're literally reduced 4K releases to Steelbook exclusives. Yeah, I guess you're right. I was immediately going to say that. Like they've been putting out the Disney Plus shows on 4K recently, but yeah, those are all Steelbooks. So if you're not a Steelbook fan, maybe you're not excited about those. But yeah, I don't know. There was like, everyone was super excited when we found out that Sony was taking over for Disney's releases, but it's taken time. I mean, nothing's happened yet. We'll see how it goes. Hopefully that's great news. I'm excited for what Sony's going to do with it, but we'll see. I mean, the deal just happened like last year, so there's a lot of stuff that has to go. Uncle Dave's Movie and Toy Channel. Hello, man. How are you doing today, man? I have a Chicken Run 2 Dawn of the Nugget on DVD. Did that get a DVD release? I thought that was a Netflix exclusive. Interesting. I don't have that. I don't even have the original Chicken Run. I'd like to get that on Blu-ray at some point. That's a good one for the kids to have in the house. Michael Smith, DJ, keep an eye on the Grindhouse's scratch and dent section. They often have out-of-print stuff that have minor to medium damage. I got Drive's deluxe set for release price. Interesting. I'll have to check it out. I'm just now finally getting to Orbit and Diabolic, so I need there's so many sites I need to finally get into. Mark's Movie Menu, do you use an app for tracking your movies? I think you've done a video on it, but I can't remember. I use CLZ Movies. I do have an app. I haven't done a video on it. I should, because I really like it. I like the one I use. I like better than CLZ. It's called My Movies. The interface is so much nicer. I can't look at CLZs. It's really clunky and awkward. Bad interface. But My Movies is great, and it is a one-time purchase. They do an update like every 2 years that you can pay for, or you can stay on the older version. I like to donate to them because I think they're a really, really great company, and they're very small. So I do pay like, I think it's like $10, $15 every couple of years just to keep the company afloat. But it's great. It's awesome. It looks really great. You just scan the barcode like CLZ. They pop in there. I can do all kinds of like filters. I do filters for like, not filters, categories. You can add categories. I add a boutique category. I add the label. That way I can just do a quick filter for each category. And like say, I want to look at all my Radiance films. Pop it up. Boom. Everything's there. All my Eureka films. Secret of Nim. You can just do that real quick. I also can add a location, and what I do for the location section is put the color that it's in. So if there's ever a time I can't find something, usually I'm pretty good at finding stuff, but if there's ever a time I can't, I just hit the location field, and then it shows me where it is, and I go right to it. I love My Movies. It's great. There's only been like, I think 2 things in my entire collection that weren't in the catalog, and that was the Eric Romer World Cinema Library box set with the Tales of the Four Seasons. Right there, they didn't have that because that's like I don't know, they have most international stuff, but for some reason they didn't have World Cinema Library. And then they also didn't have the Across the Spider-Verse We E.T. full slip that Grace got me for my birthday last year. So Everything else, though, was in the database. All I had to do was scan it. International stuff is all in there. I love it. It's great. I should do a video on that. Let's see. Where did the chat go while I was talking? Carrie Witt, I did order slip boxes for The Shining, Halloween, and Drive from Blockbuster Box Sets, mainly to house my Steelbooks. I'll let you know how it goes. Sweet. Yeah, it looks like he makes great stuff. I've liked the... I watched that video where he shows you how to make them. Probably the one that you saw. But yeah, he seems like a really cool dude. I like his stuff. I'd love to buy something from him someday. Internet user, Criterion April announcements should be next week. That's true. Maybe it'll work out perfectly. And while me and John go to Barnes & Noble to do the Arrow video, we'll be able to shoot the reaction to the Criterion announcements. Hopefully that works out. I forgot all about that. Thanks for the reminder. Let's see. 15 minutes left here. Oh, baloney. This week I added some great titles to my library. Criterion's No Country for Old Men. A24's Showing Up. Hey. There it is. Did you get the Blu-ray or the 4K? Let me know. I have the 4K. I'm giving away the Blu-ray. Kino Lorber's Peter Pan from 1924. That's awesome. I have that back there on the shelf. It's in the white section. It's great. Daytime Revolution and The Screaming Woman. Sweet. A lot of variety there. A lot of cool stuff. Matt Made, have you seen Chilly Scenes of Winter on Criterion? I have not. I haven't seen that yet. John told me about it. It has the guy from After Hours that I love. I would like to watch it. It's the perfect time to watch it. It's winter time. We were going to do like our top 10 winter films last year, so John watched it for that, and I don't know if it was going to make his top 10 or not, but he was telling me about it a little bit, so I know a little bit about it, but I haven't had a chance to watch it yet. Carrie Witt, is it My Movies 5? Yes, that's the one. They're on the 5th iteration of it now. I just upgraded actually from My Movies 4 like last week, and it's great. SC, if we're getting Kevin Smith again, would prefer Dogma. Hey, there's rumors, man. There's rumblings. It's apparently coming out soon. I don't know what label's going to do it, but he said the rights are back, and he's going to put that out soon. Marty, DJ, do you ever check out Steven Soderbergh's yearly blog where he puts out a list of everything he watches each year? He just released 2024 about an hour ago. No, I didn't. I didn't even know that. That reminds me, though, have they sent out the Letterboxd wraps yet? Like the year-end Letterboxd stats to everybody? I don't think I've got my email yet. I can look at the stats anytime because I'm a patron, but I don't think they've sent those out yet. I'd love to do that. I'm thinking of doing that like a live stream this year instead of a video because it's kind of a lot to edit. I mean, it's a lot to edit, but it's also, I think doing that with you guys will be a lot more fun. We could like talk about your Letterboxd stuff, my Letterboxd stats, and like actually have a discussion about it in a live stream instead of just me blabbing at you. So I'm thinking about doing an extra live stream whenever that comes out so we can talk about our stats. Let's see. Kevin House. DJ, if you want to watch a great character-driven film, I highly recommend Mike Leigh's Secrets and Lies on Criterion. I just watched it and I fell in love with it. I thought you were about to say I fell asleep. No, that sounds great. I've heard about that, but I haven't seen it yet. Thanks for the recommendation. Matt, Wes Anderson's filmography is small, but I love his films. That's true. That's one that I love all of his films. I don't think there's a dud in the bunch for me, so that'd be a good one to pick. But again, you're getting the same thing every time, or similar things every time. Not exactly the same thing. Internet user John Hurd, both in Chilly Scenes of Winter and After Hours. Also Home Alone. Oh, I was talking about the main guy. I wasn't talking about him. Is he in that too? That's amazing. Grace and I we have a bar downstairs in our theater room. If you've seen like my shorts, you've probably seen it. We're thinking about decorating that bar like with another frame wall with some images of like iconic bar scenes. And he will definitely be there from that scene in After Hours when he's in the bar. Also, we got to do the scene in It's a Wonderful Life where he's at the bar. One of those scenes, there's two because you see it both perspectives. But yeah, we've been talking about that lately, kind of spicing up the theater room a little bit, putting more decor in there because it's very simple right now. Let's see. Matt, again, I live in Middletown, New Jersey, and go to Kevin Smith's theater called Smodcastle Cinemas in the next town over for his Q&As. He said Dogma is coming. Sweet. So you got the inside scoop. That's awesome. Thank you, Dan. Griffin Dunn. That's who I'm trying to think of. Griffin Dunn. I think he's also in Chilly Scenes, which is cool. Maybe he's not. Maybe I'm just totally making that up. Carrie Witt. Speaking of Mike Leigh, I highly recommend Naked, also on Criterion. That is one that I see every time. Every time we go shopping at Barnes & Noble, I see that one on the front. I haven't seen it, though. There's so much. There's so much stuff to catch up on. Baloney says bar scene from Casablanca 2. There we go. Another great one. One we watched recently in Noirvember that I want to get a bar scene from is it Asphalt Jungle? We watched so many noirs in Noirvember that they're all running together. I think it's Asphalt Jungle. That's the heist one where there's like this really, really cool, like interesting character. He's a hunchback character. He's like a bartender, and he's super sweet. He's really short. Everybody makes fun of him. He takes care of cats. There's like a really iconic bar scene in that I'd love to get a picture of. Yes, Matt, Griffin Dunn, and John Hurd from After Hours are both in Chilly Scenes. That's cool. Also in After Hours are both the McAllister parents, John Hurd and I can't think of names tonight. What is her name? She was just on the Golden Globes last night with Seth Rogen. Schitt's Creek mom. What is her name? O'Hara. Catherine O'Hara. That's her name. Yeah, she's great. And they're both in After Hours, and they're both wonderful. One of my favorite movies. Internet user, there's a movie called Barfly that sounds perfect for your bar. Stars Mickey Rourke and Faye Dunaway. Interesting. I have to get a little shot from that one. We'll have to find a shot of Cary Grant in a bar, too, because he's my wife's favorite, or one of our favorites. PTP, my dad met Sheldon Leonard, Nick the bartender, while in the Navy during World War II. Wow, that's a cool story. That's awesome. Robert Rogers, Mike Leigh's Life is Sweet is great as well. It's also on Criterion. Ethan Edwards, I like the bar scene in On the Waterfront when Malden, playing a priest, punches Brando. Spoiler alert. Carrie Witt says bar scene from Roadhouse. Thank you for all the recommendations. We'll have to catch up on some of these movies. And Dwayne The Rock Hudson, you'd have to have a shot of the Touch of Evil bar scene for sure. That was one that I think we wanted to watch in November, but we never got around to. I think it was on Grace's list, but haven't seen it yet. I do have it back there though, so we got to check that one out soon. Jeffrey, I was technically in a movie with John Hurt. What? I now remember. No scenes with him, but fun to think about. Well, tell me more about that story later. I didn't know you were in a movie. Were you an extra? That's amazing. Baloney, do you buy DVDs? I recommend browsing Criterion's older catalog. No guarantee for Blu-ray release. Yes, I have no problem with DVDs. If there isn't, like if they're stuck on DVDs, I think that's what you mean. Like the Criterion, like I'm going to have to get King of Kings on DVD because that is a silent film. I said earlier I was going to try to get all the Criterion silent films. So that's only on DVD. And I'm sure there's a couple other silent films that are locked on DVD. All the Eclipse stuff is only DVD. So there's some Ozu box sets. I have the 3 family dramas silent films from Ozu, but there's a 3 crime dramas too. That's 3 silent films from Ozu. That's Eclipse. It's not technically Criterion, but I still want to get those too. So yeah, I got no problem buying. I also have to get Nanook of the North. The Nook of the North is a Criterion silent film, and it's stuck on DVD too. No Blu-ray, at least from Criterion, on that yet, so I'll have to grab that one. Let's see. Will you have to have the bar scene from After Hours where John Hurt takes out the cash register when he can't get it open? Amazing. Hilarious. Yeah, I don't know if we'll be able to get a screenshot from that particular tirade, but we'll try to. Marty, buying DVDs definitely has to be an option again, considering how many titles will never get upgraded to Blu-ray or 4K releases, or if they get the Lucas Cameron revisionist treatment. Yeah, I'm not opposed to it. I try to get the highest res I can, but I'm totally down, especially if it's a Criterion. Like I'm considering getting Spy Number 1. Criterion Spy Number 1 is only available on DVD. They lost the rights to Spy Number 1, which I can never think of. It's a Renoir film. It is Spy Number 1. It's called Grand Illusion. La Grande Illusion. It is stuck on DVD, but there is a Blu-ray, I think, from the UK that I have not picked up yet. I don't know if I should get the Blu-ray, the overseas Blu-ray, or just stick with the DVD from Criterion. I kind of want to get the Criterion DVD just because I'm collecting Criterion, but who knows? Maybe if the Blu-ray looks that much better, maybe I'll have to get the Blu-ray. I don't know. I kind of want to get the DVD, though. And then as soon as I do, Criterion will get the rights back, and they'll put out a 4K of it, probably. It is Spy Number 1. Let's see. We're wrapping up. We have like 5 minutes left in the stream, so any last-minute thoughts, last-minute questions, get them in there, because we're wrapping it up. Thanks, guys, for hanging out. This was great. some really big stuff to talk about, but not too much. And you guys have kept the stream going like nonstop. I haven't had a lull at all because you guys have been really filling out the stream. Really like this. I would love to do more of this stuff and just talk to you guys. I like talking about the new releases. Of course, I like keeping up with stuff, but I also just like talking to you guys. Let's see. SLC. I see a shot of Grant with a drink in North by Northwest. I think it's in a hotel bar. Perfect. That's great. Baloney, get ABBA the movie if you're an ABBA fan. That made me laugh because there's like an ongoing ABBA joke in The Adventures of Priscilla, Queen of the Desert, which is very funny and pays off beautifully at the end. Great movie. Highly recommend it. You can hear my thoughts in that video that I just shot, which will be up soon. Ethan, thank you for this. Some of the early Criterion DVDs were horrible quality. The first Seven Samurai was worse than the VHS I had before it. Definitely get the Nanook that someone else put on Blu-ray. Okay, well, I might have to if that's true, because I don't know. We'll see. Beetlejuice, are you getting the Reanimator set, DJ? No, but I saw that, and that looks awesome, and that's a brand new label. It's like their third release. I think we talked about it last week. I'm going to pull it up real quick because it looks really cool. And I've never heard of this label. It's Ignite Films. Someone actually who doesn't even collect films posted this at work. Someone at work posted this because they're from this era. They watched a lot of this stuff, and he just posted this. And I said, holy crap, what is that? I haven't seen that. What label is that from? And he had to look it up. He said Ignite Films. Look at this. Look at that price tag, though. Holy, $130. Some people aren't going to be excited about that. I don't need a bobblehead. I don't need a VHS. I don't love where things are going with boutiques. Like I said earlier, my ideal is the hard box with a big old fat booklet with a lot of information in it and a nice 4K restoration. I don't need all the bells and whistles and art cards and stuff. What I like about Ignite Films is they're releasing several versions, though. They're doing like a standard and then a 4K standard and then a deluxe edition box set and the kitchen sink box set, like the ultimate limited edition with the syringe and the bobblehead and all that stuff. So that's cool. That's what I was talking about earlier. Like, if you're going to do that crazy set, at least release a standard one at the same time so people can get it. I was talking about this in the comments on the Neverending Story video with a couple people. But yeah, that's great. That's the best case scenario. So the super fans of the movie can get that version. The people like me who like the deluxe box sets can get that version. And then the people who just want the movie can get the standard version. Like, that's the best case scenario. Hopefully Ignite Films keeps doing that with their releases, and I wish them the best. They're a brand new label. Hopefully they do well in 2025. And I hope some of the other labels see this and follow this model, because I think it's perfect. You can see right here, the Ultimate Edition is $130. The Deluxe Edition is $80. That's a little high for what I want. But then the 4K Standard is $50, and the Blu-ray Standard is $40. So pretty consistent with like Criterion pricing. So yeah, looks like they've been looking at all the other labels and kind of cherry picking the best kind of stuff. Hopefully it works. Hopefully it works for them. That looks like a cool release. And I saw, what was their other release that they had? They had a couple. I think they have 3 releases so far, and the other one seemed interesting too. I can't find it right now, but check out Ignite Films. It's cool. I don't have any of the releases, so I can't speak for anything, but it looks cool. It looks fun. Looks like Kino put out Nanook, says Henry. That might be the one, the Blu-ray that I'll have to pick up. Oh man, Mr. Wayne, in your opinion, what's the worst label? Ooh, I don't want to say worst, but there are some that I don't have too many releases of just because their films don't really appeal to me that much. Like Vinegar Syndrome. I love a lot of Vinegar Syndrome's partner labels, and I love their Cinematograph sublabel and their VSU sublabel, but I don't pick up a lot of Vinsyn's standard normal releases. I know there's a lot of people that love that stuff. It just doesn't fit in my wheelhouse yet. I'm sure there's some stuff I'd like if I jumped in, but it's also overwhelming. There's just so much stuff. Another one that I don't have too much stuff from is Severin Films. I hear a lot of people complain about Severin. I have not had much experience with them. The only Severin release I have is Santa Sangre, Jodorowsky film, one of my favorites, top 100. So that's great. I love that release. I've considered getting all the Haunts BRs box sets before, but I haven't bit the bullet on those. Those are expensive too. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think they're the worst, but they're the one I have the least of. I don't buy too many from them. Let's see. I don't know why someone's mentioning Mamma Mia. Here we go again. Let's see what we got. Oh, We're at time. Anything else I need to mention? Let me scroll through here. Anybody got any big thing? I think we're good. People talking about the Reanimator set. So hopefully I've turned some people onto that one. And yeah. 80s Maid says, I own one Severin, always forget about them. Yeah. They're very specific. So if you like what they put out, I'm sure you love it. But yeah, they're very specific with their releases. And I only have one too. But there's a couple other things. They also have a Severin Kids line, which is crazy considering what their normal stuff is. So there's actually a few of those I want to grab for my kids. There's a really, really like phenomenal Japanese animated film that for some reason Severin got, and they released it through Severin Kids, even though it's not really a kid's film. It's like about two elderly people, and it's very, very sad and depressing. I don't know why they released it through Severin Kids, but I got to grab that one at least, and there's a couple other ones, but yeah. MG says grab the All the Haunts Be Ours in the 50% off sale. Yeah, I should. At least the second one, I just found out that the second one has blood, tea, and red string in it, which I loved. It's a stop motion, crazy like passion project stop motion movie that took like a decade to complete, and I watched it a couple years ago for Halloween, and it's awesome. And I'd love to have it on Blu-ray. I had to like buy the DVD that was creator produced. It was like her own DVD that she produced and sold on her website, because that was the only way you could get it. It wasn't even available in HD. And then now it's in that Haunts box set. But I don't want to buy a whole box set for just one movie. That would be ridiculous, especially one that costs like $140 or whatever. So maybe I'll watch a couple of the other movies, or maybe I'll just take a chance. If people tell me that like I'll probably like some of the other stuff in there. I like folk horror. I'm just not like super into like the super gory stuff. So I'm sure I'll like some of the movies in there. Probably not all of them, but maybe enough to pick it up. Anyway, we're over time. I've been talking a lot. Thanks so much, guys, for hanging out tonight. It was a lot of fun. Really enjoyed catching up with you guys. Happy New Year to you. Hopefully you start the year off well. And I'm going to try to crank them out. I'm going to try to crank some videos out for you. I got a lot of catch up I want to do. Like I said, December was busy. January will probably be busy too. My birthday's coming up this month, so that'll be a. Oh, and I should tease. Connor's coming. Connor's coming to visit. Connor, big friend of the channel, hasn't been on the channel in a while actually. Hard to schedule things, and we have internet problems when we try to talk. But he's coming. He's coming all the way to Atlanta from Portland, Oregon. He's flying in the weekend after my birthday, and I'm sure we'll film some videos while he's here. Probably do some hunting videos. Whatever, I don't know. Whatever shenanigans we get into, hopefully we'll get some videos out of it for you guys. And I can let him talk to you guys, because he hasn't been able to talk. He's still collecting. I still talk to him all the time. He's picked up a lot of cool things this year. We talked about several box. He actually picked up 2 cinematograph releases today, and he just told me about them. So I'm excited to hear his thoughts, and we'll talk about it soon. Ethan says, lock up your fireworks. That's a reference to a few years ago when Connor shot a firework at my wife's head. Check out that video. I have no idea what video that was even in. That was a long time ago. Ethan's been here forever. Thanks so much, Ethan. And all of you other guys that have been here for so long. We just passed 6,000 subscribers. I didn't even make a big deal out of that. I kind of forgot about it, but we passed 6,000 just a couple days ago. So thanks so much, all of you who have subscribed and everyone who likes the videos and comments. Really enjoy talking to you guys down there. And we'll continue to do it in 2025. That's all for this video. Thanks for watching. Until next time, keep collecting, and we'll be back with another one real soon.